I've got a question for Issam. We've got a passionate audience here at Hash Church that's paying attention right now. What's one piece of advice you'd give to cultivators, big or small, who want to use nutrients to elevate their game, inspired by what Cannara is doing? I think you've kind of answered this question, but I want it to be specific because I want to make a nice clip of it after the show is over.
Yeah,
Just a little,
so as I mentioned, you hear me, guys?
absolutely.
Cool. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, I think the main two criteria is when talking about nutrients and its correlation with plants is to look at the gaining weight as referring to the human nutrition and the quality and quantity of excrements, right? Unfortunately, in cannabis, we can't look at the gain of in weight because that's the yield, and if we wait to look at that, probably it's too late, right? So the main criteria is the quality and quantity of runoff we generate. Uh, so that makes the in the substrate the main aspect to assess if we are fitting well our plants or not, right? So in term of quantity, I think we have to target a 10 to 20% runoff during the vegetative watering, and no more than 15% in the generative. In terms of EC, and this is the according to my experience. I mean, it's not nothing in the book, but it's my own experience, my own point of view. Is unlike other substrates like soil and cocoa, when growing a rock wool, I recommend monitoring the EC at the root zone and not at the runoff level for better accuracy. Because it's different. It's inert. The rock wool it doesn't have the same criteria as the cocoa or the soil. So that's why this may maybe have an additional cost. Like you have to invest in sensors that are able to give you real time readings of the EC at the root zone. But I guarantee that the ROI is evident in there, and especially for large scale growers. The other point is the weekly leaf analysis. I mean it's a good practice, but I recommend not making drastic change based on the results of these analysis. The reason is that the standard nutrient range that the labs are using as a reference are very general, and they're not genetic specific. And I think it needs further studies to be specific to group of cultivars. Because you get your report for you send samples, leaf samples, you get a report. Oh, you have you're overfeeding on nitrogen or calcium, magnesium. But what is the reference? What is your standard curve in there? Are we taking a general one for all the genetics? But we know they don't behave all the same. So that's why I mean I would take just the general. When it turns to red phytotoxicity, you have to intervene and reduce your nutrient concentration, but we shouldn't go into the details and do drastic changes just based on the leaf analysis.
Well, it's good advice, doing it at the root zone and not the runoff. That's, geez, if your levels are high at runoff, then it's going to be much worse right on the plant.